Hello and welcome to Illuminate Your Truth. My name is Elena Isis. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is the car edition, so welcome. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the different signs to know that spiritual warfare has been initiated. Now, you may be wondering, how is this woman even qualified to tell us all of the signs that spiritual warfare is being initiated? Well, I'm going to tell you. Okay. I had a metaphysical shop for over 12 years. And throughout those 12 years, I have undergone years of spiritual warfare. I'm telling you, you open a metaphysical store, you become a target. Okay, to psychic attacks, spiritual attack. I mean, even now, still getting attacked. And so, all of these signs that I'm going to share with you all today are actually experiences that I've had and that I've overcome with the help of God and prayer and really just having faith and keeping on keeping on. All right. So I've experienced a lot of spiritual warfare, still am. And if you are on this path of light work, shadow work, you too will find yourself also being attacked by witches, warlocks who want to see you fail, who want to siphon your energy, who want to harm you, who don't want to see you grow at all. They want to see you suffer and they want to see you fail. It's very sad that people actually live like this and feel this way about people. They actually care enough to wish your downfall and go to witch doctors to try to curse your life or destroy your life when they could be putting in that energy and that money into healing themselves and them too elevating. But who am I? Right. So today I'm going to go through a few signs to know that you are going through spiritual warfare. If you're going through spiritual warfare, it's very important to catch it and to interact with it because once spiritual warfare is initiated, it requires you to interact with it or else you could lose, which means you could lose your mind. You can be overcome by negative, darker entities, and it could just end really badly. So, whenever you feel like spiritual warfare has been initiated, you must interact with it and fight it as best as you can with your whole might and your all of your energy. So the first sign, I'm gonna just this isn't in any order. These are just different signs to know that spiritual warfare has been initiated. So one sign is your mind is gonna become under attack. It's gonna go for your mind. And so let's say that somebody is doing black magic, blood magic on you, and they are sending dark entities to you. Now, people, witches, warlocks send dark entities and demons to people to help take over their mind and to make them do violent, negative things. Now, with what I'm going to mention, this is usually the case of blood magic, necromancy, and then the sending of demons to people because it's very dark. If your mind is under attack, you're going to be experiencing very negative thoughts, and you may be experiencing flashes of violent images in your mind. And these images, you know 100% that they are not from you. You may be sitting down watching TV, reading a book, and all of a sudden there will be an extremely violent image pop into your mind's eye, into your head, and you'll see it. And it'll be a flash, and you will literally be sitting there like, where did that come from? I don't know where that came from. It didn't come from me. It wasn't generated through my body and my consciousness and my soul because that's what ideas are, okay? They are creation. They're God creations that burst through us. You'll know if that image was from you and if it was just randomly put in your mind. Very important to understand that, okay? If that's what it feels like, then there's probably some kind of black, dark magic happening. And that is a telltale sign to pray to God, to ask Him to confirm this for you. Ask Him for confirmation in your dreams. Confirm that this is a negative entity that is attacking you or someone doing black magic, dark magic to control your mind, to take over your mind. Very important to get that confirmation. You definitely want to pray because he loves showing us the truth of what is going on. So make sure you're clear that night and make sure that you are able to receive the confirmation from God. But this is one sign that someone is working negative magic against you. The second sign, you may have a dream of an entity. So now we are asking God for the sign, but sometimes we receive a sign in our dream without the image first. And so sometimes you'll be dreaming, and all of a sudden in the dream, there will be a dark entity. Sometimes it doesn't even show itself. Sometimes they'll show themselves as like a black mist. Sometimes they don't show themselves at all. It just depends on the entity. Some of them want to be seen, they can't wait. Some of them, they don't desire to be seen. They can influence you enough by the darkness and the fear that they create within you. So a lot of times the ones that are invisible are the scariest sometimes because the intensity of their darkness, it really just makes your heart race. So you will experience this in your dream. And in this dream, you may also see the person who sent the entity to you. So be very mindful of that. This is like lucid dreaming. So whenever you're doing this, sleep with a preonite crystal under your pillow so that you can be clear while you're lucid dreaming and you're receiving this confirmation, this message. But you really want to be very, very clear. So you're getting that message. You may see and feel the entity, and you may also see the person who sent it. The person who sent it may just be walking into the scene of the dream, okay? Or they might appear in some way. But a lot of times, God will show you who sent the entity your way. And so just be very mindful of that. But the entity in the dream is going to evoke fear from you. And you know why, of course, the entity wants to evoke fear because it's feeding, it's siphoning your energy. That is its power, its strength. That's how it feeds off of you. It's basically a sign saying, hey, I'm here. Actually, I'm coming for you. Watch out. Keep this in mind whenever you are in this dream that, yeah, that happens all of the time. Dark entities will show up in your dream, and the person who sent the entity will actually show up in the dream too. I think it's a blessing that God allows us to see into the future like this, that God allows us to peer between veils here, because that is such a blessing. So this entity will try to siphon off of you, and sometimes the entity will not only be in your dreams, but the entity will also be in your room. How do you know this? Well, sometimes you'll wake up from the dream and the entity will still be there. How will you know? Well, you'll feel a very heavy pressure on your body, pushing you down into the bed. Sometimes you will experience a type of sleep paralysis where you can't move, you can't speak, and you feel the entity pushing down on you. A lot of people have actually experienced being choked at this point, choked in the dream, coming out of the dream, waking up, and then being choked still. If you find yourself in this situation, I want you to pray to God. I want you to pray to Christ. You say Jesus Christ's name over and over again, and it will release the entity's grip off of you. I want you to allow God's Holy Spirit to move through you after the entity leaves, to clear any residue, to clear any of the residue left by the entity. And I want you to put on either some Christian music, high vibrational healing, heart healing music, light a candle, light some sage, clear your space, clear your energy, take a bath, salt bath, and really just start clearing, because at that point, you know it is on. Next, your home's energy will shift. Now, if this has taken place, none of this stuff needs to take place for your home's energy to shift. That can even be the first sign. Your home's energy will shift. What does that mean? Well, normally you're just walking around your home at night. You don't feel weird. Nothing is up. You just are in your home, you're calm, you feel peace, and you're happy. Well, all of a sudden, usually after a new moon or a full moon, you will notice that all of these things might happen, but especially this, if you notice your house feels weird after a new moon or a full moon. Why? Because witches and warlocks use the moon cycles in their magical spells. They will work with the moon to enhance the magic. So the week of the new moon, full moon, you want to be real protective. You want to clear sage your home, put up spiritual boundaries, call Archangel Michael to protect you, call the Arcturians to protect you and your home and your family. Surround yourself with healing light, have healing music playing. You really want to just pound positive energy into your space and into yourself and into your family throughout these times. But your home's energy will shift. You will feel fear when you're walking through your house. You will feel fear. You will be afraid for no reason. You don't know why. There's a high level of anxiety and chaos in your home, but there is. Everyone's on edge. Everyone is heightened. Your kids are being crazy, crazier than usual. Moods are shifting. It's a sign. You're also going to feel like you're being watched. If someone has sent a negative or entity or demon to watch you or to start influencing your mind, you're going to start feeling like you're being watched. You may be in the bathroom brushing your teeth, and all of a sudden, outside of your window, you feel like something is watching you. You know nobody's there. You know there's nothing there. Well, you know there's no one there, but there is something there. Okay, there's an entity out there watching you. Or you may feel this energy in your home, whereas you will feel something watching you. Now, I'm not saying this stuff to scare anyone. I really am not trying to. I'm trying to be as positive about this as possible, but these things happen and we can't stop pretending like these quote unquote scary things don't happen, because if you are doing this work, you have already experienced this and you just have no one to talk to about it. And I'm here because I'm tired of holding it in. I'm ready to share. Yeah, this stuff happens all the time. There are so many people out here doing these really dark things and it needs addressed. I'm here to out all of them. This is what they do. Protect yourselves. But you will feel like you're being watched. There's a slew of different types of entities. I've seen so many different kinds. They look so different, and they look really, they are very creepy looking if you can really see them in your third eye. But they will stand outside of your window. They will stand in your home and they will watch. You're like, why are they watching me? Well, they are actually the warlock or witch's eyes, and they actually allow them to keep tabs on you. So you will feel like you're being watched. And you may also, God outs them again, because you will also start running into these people while you're out. And you will run 13:33 on the clock. You will start running into these people all of the time. If you live in the same town as them and they're doing this magic on you, you will run into them all the time at the store. While you're out walking around, doing your thing, you will be running into them so much that you think they are stalking you. Yeah. And that is usually the people who put the entity on you. Also, do not take gifts or be very mindful about gifts, especially from people you don't really know. A lot of times people will attach the entities that they work with to the gift and then they use the gift to watch you. So be very mindful about taking gifts. I don't take many gifts, especially if I don't know you, because I know that there are different energies and entities that can come with that. All right, next, another sign is sickness. Now, this may be controversial. A lot of people may be like, how could you even equate that to spiritual warfare? Because it could just be a health concern. But I've experienced this enough and I've healed it enough through prayer and through energy work to know that it was spiritual warfare. So, sickness in your home. You may, again, this is amplified or even starting at the beginning week of a new moon and the week of a full moon. You will find yourself sick. You may have an infection, a bacterial infection. You may have a sickness or a pain that doctors cannot understand. You can't feel it with medicine, traditional medicine, and you don't know why you have it. Not only you, but everybody in your house is sick. How? They are having these different types of sicknesses that you can't really explain. It may be one specific body part that is causing pain, or there's relentless, infection or anything like that. There's just this sickness, spider bites, infections, just illness, and nothing medical, like medicines, are healing it. Now, what I want you to do in this situation is I want you to focus on that body part or that area in your body that you are feeling the pain or the sickness. And if you have some type of energy reading skills, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to hover your hands over that body part, either on yourself, over your child, over your husband, over yourself. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to just move your hand over that part of your body. See if you feel any blockages, if you feel anything weird. Take your time. You have nothing but time. You will have your eyes closed. So I want you to see if you see anything. If you see a kind of fog or a dark mist surrounding on top, hovering around or inside of that body part, I want you to start praying. I want you to pray to Christ. I want you to pray to God. I want you to pray to Archangel Michael and ask them to clearing this blockage, start clearing this curse, this hex, this negative spell, this negative energy from this body part. Pour that healing energy into that body part. Allow God to pour his Holy Spirit through your body, out and out through your hands into that body part, and fill that space in with Holy Spirit. I want you to do this. You may only have to do it once until you really feel that Holy Spirit moving into that body part. If you do Reiki, you can use Reiki. If you channel light codes, you can channel light codes. I'm not telling you what to channel. Whatever healing energy that you want to channel, please channel into that body part. But use your third eye. See if you can see the blockage. See if you can see the mist, because whenever there's curses, hexes, spells on certain body parts, there's usually a black, dark mist surrounding that cursed body part. So pour that Holy Spirit in, clear that up, and usually within 2 to 3 days, it's gone. Okay. Number 5, the person who is attacking you spiritually might actually contact you and tell you that they are going to attack you. Now, consider yourself lucky if this happens, because you have no qualms or ifs, ands, or buts about whether you're being spiritually attacked or not. Sometimes the entity that's inside of them cannot help but be seen, but be known, but get the attention that it wants. So sloppy. I mean, the dark side is so sloppy. But sometimes the person who is doing the magic on you will actually call you, send you a text, send you an email, and let you know that something's coming. And if that happens, don't take it as like, that's silly. No, believe that and prepare yourself. Protect yourself for the fight, because you're going to have a battle. Okay. You're going to have a battle. And so just be ready to battle. So, yeah, these are just a few signs. There's plenty of other signs too. And I'm sure everybody else has experienced different signs in regards to spiritual warfare and how to know when spiritual warfare is occurring, and when darkness is coming for you, because the closer you get to God, and the closer you are, the more you're evolving and ascending, the darkness is going to see you, and they're going to want a piece. They're going to want a piece of your light. So I feel like it's just best to be ready and to tighten up that connection with God, and to allow him to do a lot of the fighting. I have an episode called Alchemizing the Dark, where I pretty much go through steps on how you could do an exorcism on yourself. So go check that out. I hope this was very helpful for you all. I, as always, and really enjoyed being here. Lots of big things coming for Illuminate Your Truth. Really excited about the future here. And I love all of you. Thank you for showing up and experiencing me. Thank you for, if you've ever reached out and with appreciation, that means the world to me. Like, you have no idea. I love that. It really just helps keep me going, because a lot of the topics I talk about, a lot of people don't really discuss. And I don't know why, but I'm here for it, and I hope you're here for it. Go follow me on YouTube, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram. I have been sharing a lot on there lately, and I just really want to share more educational things, and so that's what I've been doing. So go follow me on there. Feel free to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or rate my show on Spotify. All right, thanks guys. Bye for now.